Alrighty, welcome into Chalk Talk Social. It is Friday, February 6th, and it is Super Bowl weekend. It is finally here. We got the Seahawks versus the Patriots, the rematch. I believe I said it was like the 7th Super Bowl rematch in NFL history. So we got that. A lot to look forward. Hopefully, Super Bowl commercials are back. I know that they kind of hit a slump. I don't remember. Were last year's, Iman? Were they good last year?
Nah, they was bad. I thought they was
gonna say.
trying too hard last year.
Not memorable. See, that's why I don't remember. They're not memorable. But so this is going to be a Super Bowl special episode, which means we don't have a fan on this time. I know I said we got a Jets fan on. He got some stuff. He's going to come on next time. So we're just like, you know what? It's Super Bowl weekend. Let's get crazy with the Super Bowl stuff. Lots to talk about. And we're just going to go Super Bowl news desk and some our trend. Biggest team needs once again, just to kind of keep going through all of that. But I mean, Ima, how we doing, man? What's going on?
You already know. I'm about my money. I'm about my biz. The hookah's out, so you know it's me when you hear it. Hey, it is. I'm getting in my Super Bowl vibe early, party, Bad Bunny, hookah, little tequila, which I don't drink really in the house. But fuck it, this Sunday, Bad Bunny. I'm breaking out the best tequila. Me and my girl gonna be in here. I don't know most of the words to his song, but I know his bangers. So hey, good time, Super Bowl. What's greater than this?
That's what I'm not gonna understand a word that gets said. I think I maybe know like 2 Bad Bunny songs just off like I would recognize the type of thing.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's gonna be unfortunate, because I was already pissed that the one last year in New Orleans, they didn't do Lil Wayne, and I get it, Kendrick was like the big thing at the time, but y'all should have ran Lil Wayne in his hometown. So I'm just still salty about all that with it. But I mean, before we kind of get into it today with everything, why don't we recollect to start off the Super Bowl kind of episode and show? Let's just get into it, right? I mean, we got to start with like our favorite Super Bowls of maybe all time. I know it's something you want to talk about, and you've seen a lot more than me.
Yeah. And at this one, I didn't want to be biased, Austin, because let's be clear. My greatest memories is watching the Cowboys win 3. But being that most people know I'm an ex-Cowboy fan, I'm not going to go with those. I'm going to go with the biggest upset that we've ever thought in 2002 when the Patriots beat the Rams. No way we thought that it was going to happen. And what was better than a walk-off field goal, Adam Vinatieri, just the greatest clutch kicker of all time, Tom Brady at his best on the Tom Brady last drive to even get him in position. So with me, outside of the 3 I've seen with the Cowboys, because the first one, oh my God, as a kid, Austin, it was my mom, I just remember our household was just me, my brothers. We're all Cowboy fans. It was we hugged and jumped for joy. But 2002 was one of the greatest just football games I ever seen, upset. So that was my favorite Super Bowl of all time outside of Cowboys winning theirs.
Well, I'm not going to be as kind as you, and I'm going to be absolutely biased that my no questions about it. Favorite Super Bowl ever was the Packers beating the Steelers 31-25. Roger had like 300 something yards, like 304 or 5 yards, something like that. Nick Collins got the pick 6. Jordy Nelson got the touchdown. Greg Jennings got 2 touchdowns. Rodgers was cooking that little bitch Ryan Clark, who I just can't stand listening to. And yeah, obviously, like that's a Clay Matthews era, the BJ Raji era. I just love those. You got Driver, Jordy, Jennings. Like you had a stacked team. Like I'm telling you, man. And now that we're talking about it, now I have to get sad because if Nick Collins doesn't get injured and Jermichael Finley doesn't get injured, both of these Nick Collins is an All-Pro at this point, just becoming an All-Pro. Next up, gets the neck injury done for his career, man.
We thought y'all was going to run more off from that team, though. We thought y'all was going to at least run 2 more off at least.
Yeah, and they should. I mean, that was a Chuck Woodson era, too. Like, you had all the dogs, and ever since Nick Collins got hurt, up until McKinney, they'd never been able to replace him. And that cost us so bad. And we hadn't had a safety for like a decade after him. And Jermichael Finley gets hurt, and it's been patchwork ever since that at tight end 2 now until Tucker Kraft come aboard. So, like, those positions and those 2 injuries, like, were felt for a decade plus in Green Bay. That huge reasons they didn't do that run 2 back. It's damn shame. And some pretty, the defenses kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Which kind of lets you know how hard it is to win it. But when you look at Tom Brady and Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw and Troy Aikman, the guys who have done it multiple times, you'd be like, I mean, shit, you just gotta, because it's hard to get back.
It's hard. Yeah. I mean, it's disappointing they haven't got back, to put it lightly. It's disappointing.
It's coming. Your time is coming again, Austin. Hopefully you won't go that 30-year drought like me here. So
we're trying. Hey, it sounds like we're going to keep our special teams coordinator around, who we continue to be the worst special teams, least clutch special teams in football. But apparently we've seen enough good things from him that we just need to keep bringing him back. I would challenge our GM on, can you point to the things on the field from our special teams in Green Bay that make you confident in bringing back your special teams coordinator, who's continuously ran out a 30th, 31st, or 32nd ranked special team since he's been here, and you pay the most money in the NFL for him? Can you point to the moment? Do it. Can't find it.
But the only thing, though, Austin, I say, once y'all losing your quarterback coach, your D coordinator, Matt LaFleur's brother, you got to keep somebody who understands the structures of what's been going on, the consistency, the players, because you just can't replace everybody. You got to have something that's been there. Yeah. So that's my only reason I can say, because y'all lost a lot. Like, I was like, shit, they losing everybody.
The coaching?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with her to turn out. We just went and grabbed Iowa State. The guy who was the receiver coach at Iowa State just got a job at Penn State. I can't remember his name now, but he had a couple dudes under his wing at Iowa State that turned into high draft pick at the pros. He was a candidate to be the Raiders OC, I think, last year. So very excited that now he's in the building. We actually have a receiver coach. We've had some converted jabroni at coaching our receivers as a draft and develop team. We got a guy who's not even a receiver coach coaching our receivers. So that's a breath of fresh air for sure. I like Jonathan Gannon's staff, man. I'm cool with what he's kind of doing on that staff, man. It's all right. But all right. Also with Super Bowls, we got a history of great commercials. A gajillion of them to choose from. But again, I'm going to go to your you got a little bit more tenure on me on here. Maybe you got know something I don't, but what's your favorite like Super Bowl commercial ever?
And which is crazy because I'm not even a beer drinker. I don't drink beer, but Bud Light, when they introduce us to the Walla, listen, that hat is just in my, every time I see Bud Light, I'm not lying. It's just Budweiser, Bud Light, anything that Budweiser makes, I'm just like, I don't know. Something about that commercial just does it for me every time. So I just always thought that was my greatest commercial of all time. It just sticks with me through the years.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's an all-timer for sure. One of the perils of all-time greats. I agree. But again, when you got me talking about this one, one of the first I come across is Terry Tate, office linebacker, just ripping through the office, laying shoulders, truck sticking, clotheslines on his coworkers. You know you need to cover shit on your GPS reports, Richard. Or he's like coming up and kicking someone's desk down. He's like, that's a long distance call, dog. So I'm just a big Terry Tate guy. Brought the energy, laying wood in the office. Pause. But that was one of my favorites. That's one I get laughing every time. Terry Tate, office lineman. Need more of those guys in corporate America.
For sure.
It's kind of soft out there sometimes.
Shake the office up a little bit.
Shake it up. But all right. Now there's probably a lot of people who there's a gajillion and a half storylines around like the Super Bowl as well. A million things we can talk to. But let's try to run this off. I mean, Iman, we can just go back and forth on some things here for this. Let's sum up the Super Bowl, this year's Super Bowl 60 in 90 seconds. So Super Bowl 60 in 90 seconds. We're going to give you just a breakdown of everything you need to know going on with this Seahawks versus Patriots game. I don't know if we got a timer out. We're usually pretty bad trying to do things. So why don't we keep that? I'm going to add nothing else. I'm just going to rip through what I got and move the hell on. Maybe we can cover this after, but we'll go off. Hold on. I got to, just for the sake of shits and giggles at this point, I need to start the timer and see if we can actually do this in 90 seconds. All right. Ready? Set. Go. All right. This is the Patriots' 5th Super Bowl since 2011. That is the second most in football, but this is also the Seahawks' 3rd Super Bowl since 2011 as well, which is the 3rd most in football. And both teams are like top 3 in total amount of wins as well since 2011. So this should be an awesome rematch. What's next?
Hey, no one really cares who wins. We're all just happy that we're not looking at the Philadelphia Eagles or the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes again.
Big facts. All right. NFL scriptwriters told us back in September what this Super Bowl is going to be with their graphic that they released with like 20 players walking towards the Super Bowl and the stadium and who was up there at front. It was Drake May and Sam Darnold, closest to it. Crazy shit. Script is real. What's up?
Hey, the Patriots became the 6th team to reach the Super Bowl after having 5 or fewer wins in the previous season. The last team to do it, guess who? The 2001 Patriots and Mr. Great hating Tom Brady. First season as a starting quarterback.
All right, so here's where the teams are kind of at right now. Sam Darnold is playing better than Drake May. Seahawks defense is playing better than the Patriots defense, but they're both on fire. Both are crushing it right now. Seahawks special team with Rashid Shaheed is just a weapon. They got the advantage there. Both coaches have been great this season, but let's be honest, McDonald is the best coach, probably the best coach this year, and has been taking on the best offenses all year. What's up?
All my people want to make a little bit of money. The Seahawks are the most popular bet in Super Bowl history, getting roughly 70% of the spread bets, which is a little shaky. You might want to go with the Patriots. But anywho, AKA 70% of the fans think the Seahawks will win by over 4.5 points.
Yup. And hey, in the meantime, us fans are suffering with Fanatics jerseys being terrible. I've seen them get a hate for a lot of years, but I think the NFL might have to actually reconsider their partnership with Fanatics with how much hate they are getting online. And what was their excuse for bad product? They said they didn't think that the Patriots or Seahawks would be this good. And apparently that justifies having terrible products. Fans are pissed. Their owner, Michael Rubin's getting absolutely roasted. And it's just an insane whole turn of events with just the product going terrible. Fans are pissed. They need to make new things for fans. All right, that's it. 211. Shit. Almost doubled our time.
We're a little over.
I was gonna say that we probably did too many things there, but we tried. I think that's like supposed to be the intention of the top 10 and 10, but we can't. It's just not possible for us to do that type of thing. I know we covered some Super Bowl storylines as well back a couple episodes ago. Is there anything else from this Super Bowl you really wanted to like crack into? Just from like a high level perspective, like, you know, Sam Darnold being the first of that 2018 class, beating Allen, beating Lamar, beating Baker to the Super Bowl. Anything else that was kind of top of your mind?
Nah, I mean, I listen, I'm excited for the game, and as much as I know about gambling and stuff, sometimes when them numbers get up there like that, I might mess around and throw a little money on the Patriots because that just looks scary. Yeah. Especially taking the Patriots with the points, because I kind of think, and I'll wait for my prediction as far as the score, but that's a little scary when it get too big up there in football. So I wouldn't be surprised that the game is closer or if it upset. And to me, I think people are sleeping on Mike Vrabel's experience as a head coach, as a player at this moment. A lot of those guys on the Seahawks side has not been in this position before. And listen, experience matters because it's a whole lot of shit going on the week of that can be a distraction. That could be just you a deer in headlights. So, so I'll pay attention to the scheme after the second half because adjustments are going to be key. And when you've been there before, you understand patience. Hey, let's just get to the second half and we'll see how it go.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Mike Vrabel thing, say all you want about it's a first-year coach. I mean, but in a sense, this dude has been there as a player. He knows the moment. He knows the situation as good as any coach possibly could. And I think the crazy thing about Mike Vrabel that I found out today is he has the same amount of Super Bowl touchdowns as Travis Kelce and Michael Irvin, which is
wow.
You could say that's a linebacker. He's a linebacker, and he's got receiving touchdowns in the NFL. I think he's got 2 receiving touchdowns, and he's 3-1 in Super Bowls. So this dude just. And yeah, was he the reason they won the Super Bowl? No, but he was a starter and a big-time contributor for him. So, I mean, I'm very intrigued by this one. But speaking of intriguing things, why don't we kind of get into, like, everyone talks about, player to watch. I saw TV doing a segment of who's some players to watch. It might have been on NFL Network even. And they were just saying JSN, Kenneth Walker, Drake May, like the obvious people everybody's watching. Like, you know who people aren't watching? That, again, just think about the last Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl. Can anybody remember the name Chris Matthews, wide receiver? Nope. But in that Super Bowl, he had 4 catches, 109 yards, 1 touchdown, including it was his first catch of the season he got was a 44-yarder. It was his first touchdown of the season that he got in that game as well. He was tied for the most yards in that game. And if the Seahawks would have won, he had a real shot to be MVP of the Super Bowl. And again, no one's ever heard of this dude sense. Chris Matthews, receiver. Look it up. It's crazy shit. So more along those lines, who's a player that you're watching that's maybe under the radar to have a big impact?
I'm telling everybody now in the red zone, trust me, Mike Vrabel will take Cooper Kupp and JSN out of the game plan. Watch out for 6'4" Jake Bobo. I'm telling you, he's a big target. He's a guy who knows how to get in the end zone, in the red zone. He's going to be somebody people forget about. So he's going to be one-on-one with their worst players. Trust me, if it is a parlay on a touchdown for Jake Bobo, trust me, Jake Bobo will score in the Super Bowl. That's somebody you're going to have to watch out for in the red zone. I'm not saying he's going to have a career game, but he's going to be the guy that people forget about, but he's going to make an impact. Jake Bobo, 6'4", guy for Seattle.
I like that. That is perfect. And I'm gonna actually stick with the Seahawks wide receiver room. And I'm gonna go with Cooper Kupp, right? I mean, I just think it's gonna be one of those games where he has 5 catches, 60, 70 yards, and has like a really big touchdown. He's kind of an unsung hero with a play he makes or a score he has a big impact on the game. So I guess give me Cooper Kupp for the Seahawks. And if I had to go on the like Patriots side of the ball, like in terms of like one guy I gotta watch, I got to have Keyshawn Boutte, and I know you hate the name, but I got to. Drake May struggled this year, and Keyshawn Boutte is their deep ball guy. He's got 6 touchdowns on deep balls this year, which I believe is first in the NFL. He's had like one of the best receiving grades on deep passes as well. Like, has caught everything deep that May throws him, and they love using him as a deep weapon all season long. It's really changed and opened up their whole offense. And the Patriots offense has to get back on track. And I think they just been kind of missing that element a lot. I know they had a big play earlier this playoffs, but I think they're going to try to get Boutte involved a little bit more here because it's been a killer for them when they can. And the only reason I'm a little worried about it, that Seahawks front is just might not let Drake May have the time for that type of play to develop. But if it does, I think they have to lean on that type of thing. If they want to stay in this game, they can't get boxed in. They cannot get boxed in, or Seahawks are just going to run them up. Joey, who do you got?
Well, you mentioned Seahawks and you mentioned running it up. So you did a perfect transition for me because I'm going with a running back. Why? Because Mr. Charbonnet is out. Again, of course, we all know. And Kenneth Walker is an absolute stud. But there always has to be that backup that sneaks in there for a big pass block, a big short route catch, and even sometimes the big fella touchdown. So I'm going with George Holani. Backup running back for Seattle, undrafted guy, was teammates with Genty at Boise State. They ran together. They were the backfield duo. And there's just something about these games. He's been on IR since November. He got hurt, came back for this first game in 2 months in the championship last week, and has been very, very helpful in the pass block. Much better pass blocker than Kenneth Walker. So Super Bowls do weird things where weird players get weird stats, weird scoring, called upon in the most interesting ways. So I'm going to go with him to make an impact. I don't know what that is yet, but there's going to be something where he makes a key block for Darnold, or he's the one rushing in and ruining everyone's prop bet for Kenneth Walker's first TD of the game. And that's going to be how it's going to go, where this guy comes in as the fill-in for the backup and scores for you. So
I like that.
Put some moolah on it.
You know why I like that one? Because the Patriots are going to know when he's in, he's the pass blocker. That's been his role. That's what he's good at. And dude's strong as shit. And I think the Seahawks are going to be like, well, we can't let them think that. So they're going to do something with him that makes it, when he comes in, the Patriots will actually have to probably respect, or at least be like on their toes a little bit more because they got burned or something by him. Big play, like you said, maybe a touchdown. I like that. That's sneaky. And I think the Seahawks will probably try to take some type of advantage with him.
I know I was not born yet when the Bears won their last Super Bowl, but the biggest gripe for the last 40 years in this city is Walter Payton didn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And you'd think, how is that possible? They beat the Patriots and scored almost over 40 points, but he never scored. And so Super Bowls do weird things to teams where the stars show out and show up, but you're going to have some weird wrinkle that's going to turn that tide. And I think this running game, everyone's talked about Kenneth Walker. It's going to be a weird Holani moment on Sunday.
I like that. The guy no one's talking about. When you're at least you got one underdog on that team when you're not the underdogs at all. I mean, that's fair. And it's a Super Bowl. Like you leave nothing on the line. There is no tomorrow in terms of the season. You put it all out there. And that's how you end up with Nick Foles and the Philly special type plays. Like you lay it all on the line, baby. Let's see what we got. Do you guys think there's gonna be a sweet trick play this Super Bowl?
Oh, for sure.
Who does it?
Sure. I think Clint Kubiak is going to bring. He's going to bring because I know he's been practicing them all year. He's going to bring Cooper. And listen, Cooper Kupp can throw the football a little bit. So listen, I think the Seahawks will bring the trick. I think Vrabel's going to keep it real simple for Drake May, Josh. I don't know McDaniels, but I don't think McDaniels is going to get too cute with it because Drake made this his first time here, but I think Kubiak on his way out, he's going to try to find some wrinkle somewhere to throw something sneaky in there.
I like that. You guys got we should go into this one. If what's one big take that we have for this game? Like, I'll give you my example. Like, I think my big take for this game is that there's going to be one big moment on special teams that will influence the outcome of the game. It's maybe Shaheed with the return touchdown. It's a missed field goal that ends up screwing whoever misses that and type of thing. Or maybe it's even like a Rashid Shaheed, big return, late in the game, gets him to the 50 on his return or something, or 40, whatever, that just sets up a dagger type of situation. So that's kind of my one big thing I'm banking on happening in this game that will influence the outcome. You guys got something along those lines, maybe?
I'm not sure. I was just thinking in my head, and I know it's never pretty with the guys up front, but if New England got any chance, that D-line is going to have to come showing, because just coming off with Joey saying with the running back, I think Seattle's going to try to run. So I'm just thinking them big hogs up front going to have to do their job on that D-line for New England to even have a freaking chance. And nobody ever thinks that they're the important people of a championship. But I'm thinking that one technique, three technique, those guys are going to have to do something on the inside. So
I would agree. I mean, that's why I think the Patriots might get in trouble because that Seahawks D-line is so freaking good. It's not like they've been a clean offensive line this year. Will Campbell, I know he got hurt. He's been bad. If they let Seahawks front seven or even their front four win, it's going to be a long, long night for them. So, yeah, Joey, what do you got for it, though?
I'm going to say it's an early turnover for Seattle for points. I think they're just going to – there's going to be one of those too big of moments for Drake May to start. He'll settle in, but it's going to be one of those where that defense is humming to start that game, and they're going to get a takeaway for points to get Seattle the lead or on the board first, whatever it's going to be. But an early game turnover for points is what I got in my bet.
I like that. And kind of almost back to your Jake Bobo thing, Ima. I mean – Christian Gonzalez, JSN, going to be a hell of a matchup when those, and I'm sure they're going to want Gonzalez shadowing JSN, or I don't think you want to double JSN if you don't have to. It's just not going to hurt your defense. And that's going to mean guys like Kupp or Bobo in the big moments having to step up. Shoot, you could say AJ Barner, the tight end situations might have a killer touchdown. They get there. That's why I'm excited about Kubiak with Brock Bowers next year. He knows how to get that tight end involved when you need to get the tight end involved and use them effectively. And the Seahawks have been really good about getting their tight ends involved this year. So that's going to be another thing. And why I think your Jake Bobo one is that should hit. That should probably hit. Because if it comes down in the red zone, everyone's going to be thinking JSN, and their Patriots are going to be thinking JSN too. No one's going to be thinking about Jake Bobo. No way. But did he just have a touchdown?
He just scored. Right? Listen, because he's a big target. He's 6'4", wide shoulders. I mean, listen, he's going to be a problem in the red zone. I'm telling you. He can run too.
His name's Bobo.
Exactly.
It's just cool. Joe, I know you put on here the whole Tom Brady thing, man. I know Patriots fans were just up in fits about.
He hating.
Bro,
he's hating.
All business, apparently. I don't give a shit about it. I mean, for anyone who didn't see, Brady was out there saying, they asked Tom Brady about when obviously Brady's minority owner in the Raiders and in the booth now. They asked him, but also Brady was with the Patriots forever as their quarterback. He pretty much came out and said he doesn't have a dog in this fight. May the best team win. Not pulling for his Patriots at all. Has no skin in the game with the Seahawks by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, that's pretty lame. And Patriots fans are, it's if Rodgers went out now and said to the Packers, yeah, I don't care if the Packers win or lose, just whoever wins. I know the Packers fan base would flip their freaking minds over that stuff. So I don't know. What do you guys think on Brady's comments?
I just thought he was hating because, and don't get me wrong, Tom has to understand nothing erases his history, but he's that quarterback he wants to be. No, the Patriots couldn't win without me type of guy. Come on, Tom, because we would have all respected you by saying, hey, I'm in Oakland, I'm doing this, but I want to see people in that organization win because they're my guys. But I think he doesn't want the Patriots to have a history outside of him. And I think he's hating. I'm being honest. I thought that was more ego than PC. People think it's PC. I think it's more ego that he wanted to be the only history that New England has, and they stick it to Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. Like, nah, y'all ain't gonna never see one after me.
Dude, Tom Brady took the lid off of PC with the roast of Tom Brady. That brought comedy and non-PC kind of back into the mainstream when they put that on Netflix. So, and then Tom Brady's, he's been pretty real. He's been a cool dude. Still my favorite Tom Brady moment of all time.
But the Patriots were doing bad at that time now. So understand, since he's left, they haven't been doing well. So
I mean, but your staff from the beginning, man, being the first team since 2001 to, they were 4-13 last season. Now they're in the Super Bowl. That's a crazy turnaround. Historic levels of turnaround. I was gonna say my favorite Tom Brady moment ever is when he was just shit-faced drunk after that Super Bowl, tossing the football off the boat to Gronk and stuff. I still have a shirt with like the print image of like Tom Brady getting help just to walk because he just tanked. One of my favorite moments. Joey, what about you on this whole Tom Brady thing?
He's just prepping to be that president, right? Or that politician is what that sounds like. He's just got too many conflicts of interest. They're letting him have them. And so I guess instead of leaning into it, he's just like, I'll step aside so I'm not the storyline. But he should have a take. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like he's the most competitive person in the universe outside of like Michael Jordan. And like if Jordan was in those shoes, right, to go, what do you think, Mike? Who's gonna win? I hope the best team wins and they try hard. Like he'd never say that, and that's kind of what Brady came off at. So
20 years of your life with one team. Like, come on. We know. Just say it. We all know. So just say it. You've got some animosity here and there, whatever about shit. It was 20 years of like a majority of your life and the prime of your life. We all know what you want to say. Just say it. I like that point too. The conflicts of interest. I mean, now he's the Pizza Hut guy, right?
Hut, hut.
He's the Pizza Hut guy. He just wants to keep saying hut, hut. So he's the Pizza Hut guy now. All right. How about we do one more thing on the Super Bowl? Because we had a guy on the Sidelinr crew suggest this could be kind of fun. I have no idea how this is going to go. Maybe we let Joey be the judge of who he thinks has got the better team. But Iman, why don't we do a Super Bowl fantasy draft? We'll do it to where obviously we're only going to get one quarterback. We'll each only get one running back. We'll do like a snake, just back and forth. You can get two receivers. You can get two defensive players. Tight end, like there's no tight end. Who cares a shit on that one? How about, we'll just go back and forth. Pick whatever position you want. Build out your fantasy team. Make it better than me. We'll let Joey be the third-party judge on this one. Why don't you have the first pick? 1-1. Who you got?
And I can go any
position.
Any position. I'm going Nick Eamon-Wari. I mess his name up all the time, but he's been big on my list all year. He's going to be a guy who's going to make a difference. So I'm going with Nick Eamon-Wari for the first.
He's hurt. He's a little hurt.
Listen, trust me. I be knowing how they play those injury games.
I was gonna say
they want to take you out the game plan. I know he's a tough guy. He's gonna get that shot or pop a pill. He gonna be trust me.
I was gonna say he's gonna have the Perk Rogers stuff from that Bears Packers game where Roger my knee glossed over, totally glossed over. He won't feel shit. He can be on some bull trank for if he's got a little ankle thing. But I mean, if you take Eamon-Wari, great pick, love him, rookie sensation. But you open the door for me to snag JSN here. And so I'm absolutely going to snag JSN. I don't even care if he gets shadowed by Christian Gonzalez all day. You just know Sam Darnold and Kubiak are going to try to force feed him the ball a little bit. He's the freaking best. I would argue he's the best player in this game, and he's the most talented player in this whole game. Even count Drake me. I don't care. All right. So Eamon-Wari and Jason, who do you got?
Yeah, next I'm going with Kenneth Walker, the running back. He's going to make a difference, so I'm going with him. next in my draft.
Oh,
he's gonna be a game changer. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He runs super hard. I mean, super shifty. That move he did last week, kill it a week before last. The boy in the hole. I mean, he caught him in the hole and was whoop whoop. So I'm on with Kenneth Walker next.
Yo, I feel weird that we haven't picked a quarterback yet. Does it feel weird? Does that feel weird to you?
No, because
I feel like I got to take a quarterback here, but at the same point, like, I think there's better players on the board for me to take. Like, I want to go. Oh, I don't want Stevenson. Aaron Donald, I feel like I'm gonna get burned by passing up on him. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take DeMarcus Lawrence because DeMarcus Lawrence has been the most underrated, big time playmaker for them all season. I think he's gonna get a big win off that. He's probably gonna have a sack this year. He's been on a mission to get a Super Bowl. And, I think that Patriots O-line has been vulnerable. I would go between him and like Leonard Williams, but I just think DeMarcus Lawrence has been the unsung hero on that defense all season. I'm gonna take him on. I want him on my team. Give me on. What do you got next?
I'm going with Witherspoon. Since you went with JSN, I need a big guy that's going to be able to put hands on him during the game. Stay long. He's not going to be able to see the ball if I'm on him right now. So I need a big DB. Even though he's on both of them on Seattle, this is fantasy right now. I need somebody that's going to be able to stop him, be super physical with him. Long arms, can make plays down the field. I'm going with Witherspoon to be able to negate JSN.
Your defense is stacked. Even more in Witherspoon, I would give anything for that. But because I have it, I'm going with Drake May's favorite weapon all year, Stephon Diggs. Let me load up at wide receiver, JSN and Diggs, baby. And I really wanted Beauty because I think he's going to have a big play, big game. But Stephon Diggs has been the guy. If there's anyone on this Patriots team getting 10 catches this game, it's going to be Stephon Diggs. He's been Drake May's blanket all season, his safety blanket all year. They moved him in the slot, and it's just hit for that offense. And he's just had a revival. And so there's no way, no chance he's not heavily involved in the game plan this week. So give me Stephon Diggs.
All right. Next, I got to go with the quarterback. And this way, be weird. I'm going to go with Drake May because at a point during the game where if your arm's not working, he's shown that he can see a crease and get up the field. And, I mean, he rushed for 70 yards last week before last. So I just think if the defense is going to take away him being able to deliver the football, he's going to be a guy that can escape at a high level. Not Sam Darnold's athletic, but Drake May to me is a better threat with the ball in his hand taking off. So I am going with and I seen what Jalen Hurts been doing. So I'm going with my man Drake May because he's more athletic when it comes time to tuck and go.
It's crazy. His legs have been the big thing, not his arm. Man, he's had some nice throws, but his legs have been the difference maker, which is crazy. Well, now I know my quarterback, so I'm not even going to draft him until the very end. So I'm going to – and so to save me at running back, because I said I don't want Stevenson, so give me Travion Henderson, that dog in the Patriots backfield. I love what he's done for that offense and just the way he's looked. I think he's going to handle the majority of the carries. I also think Stevenson puts the ball on the ground at least one time this Super Bowl. A little Ramondre Stevenson special, just cough it up. And then he's going to find himself on the bench a lot. So that makes me think Henderson's going to get a lot of tread this game. Either way, I think he's getting 12, 13 touches at least this one. He's just a better overall playmaker than Stevenson. So give me him as my first running back.
I'm a big receiver myself, been a big receiver my whole time. I'm 6'3", my nephew's 6'4", so I'm going with Mac Hollins, man. He's a pretty good guy. He came off an injury, so he just needed a couple more weeks to kind of get his body back going. I love big receivers. Drake May throw it up to him in the end zone, red zone. So I'm going with my big guy, Mac Hollins.
All right. Oh, damn. There's a couple names on the board. I'm surprised you went Hollins. I mean, I already have my receiver, so I guess you can do whatever you want at this point.
I don't like Cooper Kupp, so I'm never going with him. I ain't going with him.
That's fair. I respect that. All right. Well, my last defensive guy I'm going with then is the Seahawks all-pro linebacker, maybe the biggest playmaker and difference maker on this defense, Ernest Jones. Just the season he had, the amount of interceptions. I think, again, this is their guy right now. They're just jumping for joy that they decided to give him money. He comes back this year, gets the all-pro, and just absolute difference maker for their defense. I don't know where they are without him because he's been that – they're probably still here, but let's be honest. He's been that good this season where I don't think anyone expected him to be this good. There were signs, but holy shit, has he really just come to his own and just great You got a great middle linebacker. That changes a lot of things, especially when he's playing behind an elite defensive line, elite defensive tackles. It just makes your life easier, makes your all the better. So give me Ernest Jones. I love what he's doing in that defense.
Right. So what do I need?
You need a receiver.
One more receiver. Goodness grief. I'm going with Booty. I'm telling you, I'm going with him. Yeah. Even though I would love Shaheed to knock the top off the defense because of the speed, he's just not a good route runner in my eyes. So I'm going with Booty because we got to throw the football a little bit. And like I said, Cup is.
I want to say that the Seahawks allowed a couple big catches, right? In the NFC Championship game. And granted, it's the Rams, but they allowed a couple pretty big
for sure
catches.
They got their ass lit up for sure.
Yeah, so they can be there's moments of being vulnerable for sure. To where that's why I was saying earlier, man. I think Booty's gonna be a difference maker in this one. If they can open up that defense a little bit, I mean, shoot. All right, and then that leaves me, of course, with Sam Darnold as my quarterback. What did Marshawn Lynch call him? He called him something rocket, some ginger rocket or something like that. I don't remember. Marshawn always saying funny shit. But do you remember what he called him?
I didn't see what
he called him like the ginger rocket or something.
Yeah.
But Sam Darnold, all the love to him. I'm so grateful for the Vikings and their now fired GM for running him out the building and sending him to Seattle. I mean, still a problem. He's still in the NFC. But man, just what do you even got to say about Sam Darnold that hasn't been said at this point already? So and that's my obviously lock. All right. So how it finishes, Iman, your team, you got Drake May, Kenneth Walker, Keyshawn Boutte, and Mac Hollins with Eamon Worry and Devin Witherspoon on defense.
Going DB heavy. Yeah, we're going DB heavy.
Nasty. All right. For me, I got quarterback Sam Darnold, Travion Henderson, JSN, Stephon Diggs, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Ernest Jones. So, Joey, like we said, come be the judge. Who is a fantasy winner?
I think you got to go with Iman on this one.
Oh, why? Let's hear it. All right. Why?
I think because Eamon Worry and Witherspoon are going to have a lot bigger of an impact defensively, and
damn good players.
And they're covering. You know, I know you pick Diggs, but they're just too strong of DBs with what they have up front, and so I think it's a safer play. To where, okay, you got Kenneth Walker on offense. Mac Hollins is not a sleeper pick, but not someone everyone's talking about because the focus is on JSN. To where I think Iman's team's a little more well-rounded than Mr. Austin's team, who is star-studded, but may not have as big of an impact, in my opinion. His goes a little deeper.
Okay. I thought I was going to win this one with receiver for sure. Getting JSN and Diggs, I thought that was going to be the icing on the cake here.
The story all year has been this defense with Seattle. If they're going to win, that's the story.
Hey, I got my all pro. I don't see all pros in Eamon Worry and Devin Witherspoon. I don't know. I just don't see the all pros in there.
I just like Witherspoon because he went to Illinois, so you should have known that.
That's true. He was so good there. He was so good. Eamon Worry was my favorite guy coming on the stretch. Joey, if you have your answer, do you know how what your team would look like if you had the pickings? Quarterback's kind of a draw, I feel like, at this point.
Me too.
Yeah, well, I mean, Darnold could throw 2 picks. Freaking, we've seen Drake May have less than 100 yards against a good defense.
Do y'all think May's season is better than? I mean, I think Sam Darnold's championship game was better than May's, but I think full season as a total, I think May had the better year. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's been top 2 in MVP like all season. Darnold's had a great year.
May VPs, Mayfield versus Drake May.
Yep, there. Yeah, that's right. We even did that one. Oh, I mean, who would you take at quarterback then, Joey? Would you go Darnold or May?
Yeah, I'd go with Darnold. He's been shooting up the board for me here. But I'm not picking against anyone, right? So I choose I'll try to choose who you guys didn't here. But Darnold, I like Kenneth Walker. From a receiver perspective, I do really like the sleeper of Kupp and Shaheed because I feel like they're gonna be able to sneak through and make some really important plays. They might not pad the stat sheet, but they're going to make some key plays, like you said. It could be a return or a key third down catch that they're going to have. And then defensively, yeah.
I'm just realizing none of us picked the Patriots on defense. We went
That's
4
true.
for 4 on Seahawks defense. I mean, Bill Williams is a star. Christian Gonzalez is a star.
That Seattle defense is loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just killing it right now.
Then I'll be nice. We can do DeMarcus Lawrence and Christian Gonzalez. So we'll get one Patriot in there.
You pick Lawrence? See, you just pick one of my guys on defense. You give Iman the win. What are we doing here, Joey? You sabotaging me?
Hell yeah. You're a cheesehead. You can't win anything.
That's fair. I respect that. I get what I see. I see now. Okay. How about this? To tie a bow on it all, everyone's got the predictions, their score predictions. Iman, why don't you kick us off? You got your score prediction for Super Bowl 60.
I'm going with Seattle 24, Patriots 21. I think it's going to be way closer than people think it is. Vrabel is a great coach, man. He's going to get them folks, just wired up to play. So I think I think Patriots going to cover the spread. I'm going 24-21 Seattle on the late drive field goal for the win.
I'm saying it's going to be, I know the spread's 4.5. I think it's going to be a 26-17 win for the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm thinking the Seahawks kind of hang out in front all game. Even if it's close, I kind of think the Seahawks have the upper hand all game for the most part. Maybe not early, it's close. And then the Seahawks slowly but incrementally pull away. I just don't see, and I hope I'm wrong and it's really, really competitive and back and forth because that's the best type of football. But I just that defense is too much. And I haven't seen enough juice from the Patriots offense this postseason at all, especially from Drake May to give me confidence that now they're going to go beat what's been the best defense in football for most of the season. Just them and the Texans, 1 and 2. I know that their defense is good too, but I just can't see him getting enough momentum and slowing down the Seahawks offense enough with Kubiak. Joey, what do you got for prediction?
I'm going to go with 31-17 Seattle.
Woo!
I think it's going to be really close early because they're going to trade buckets in the end zone, and then Seattle's just going to pull away after a nice Bad Bunny performance and get to lift the Lombardi Trophy.
I got a guy I work with. He's a 49ers fan, and I was just thinking, like, the 49ers at their home stadium, and they're hanging all these Seahawk banners. They're painting the end zone Seahawk blue and green. Oh, man, if that happened in Lambeau where the Bears are playing a Super Bowl in Lambeau, I think the fans and the community around would just burn it all to the ground if they had to witness that. They would not allow that sacrilege to touch Lambeau Field, Bears colors. No chance. So their skin, 49ers skin just got to be boiling seeing the Seahawks colors and banners getting hanging up. So that's got to be that burns. That really sucks. I kind of feel for them. Like if I just see the Bears in Lambeau, their colors painted on, that's not flying. Not the Gary, Indiana Bears. No chance.
That'd be rough.
Yeah. All right. So that's a lot of time on the Super Bowl. So why don't we get back into what we've been doing a bit of and talk about every team's biggest need in the NFL going into this offseason. This time we're going to kick it over to the AFC West with their biggest need. Why don't we just go straight into the Las Vegas Raiders with new head coach Clint Kubiak. A lot of fans are talking they need a receiver. They need an edge because Max Crosby, it seems like we've reached the boiling point with Max Crosby and his diva status in the offseason. They could use DT. Some people talk some O-line, even though they've got some pieces at O-line. Jackson Powers-Johnson. I'm forgetting their tackle's name. But anyways, they have some folks on the line. Iman, what do you got anything specific you're looking at for the Raiders to priority A1?
So even before I get there, Austin, did you see the guy who put the comment? He actually noticed that that's our show in the background. He was like, he got the stream going on while you're on. I said, listen, I be knowing these things. people know this shit. So anyway, because I looked up, I was like, all right, that's the stream going on.
Hopefully you want to watch it then.
Yeah. Oakland needs everything. And I'm going to tell you, it's crazy because I don't just want to say their one need. Their need is to get rid of Max Crosby and get some draft capital and bring in more draft capital. I'm telling you right now, because they're a few years out. Their biggest need is to move Max Crosby and get a haul for him because what's perfect now, you can get it. He's been playing at a high level. Get him out of there, bring some draft capital in because they just have too many holes everywhere. Shit. I mean, they like Swiss cheese out there. So they need filling on offense, defense, special teams. So I'm getting rid of Max Crosby and trying to get a couple first rounders for him.
I like that. No, yeah, I mean, I think that's a huge smart. They just rack up on picks, build as much as you can around Mendoza. I know they got some money to spend too, but it's like we've seen the writing on the wall with Max Crosby at this point. We know the breakup is right around the corner. There's been that sense for a little bit now. Whatever, people try to dampen this one out. Like it seems like I know teams last year, I don't remember who, someone offered them 2 first-round picks and they turned it down. I don't know if that's still the same offer right now or if it's more, but you can get enough. And yeah, I like that idea. For me, I'm going to go, they have to address receiver right off the bat, right? They're getting Fernando Mendoza to come in as their quarterback with Clint Kubiak. That's already an awesome pairing in itself, but you cannot go into next season with arguably one of the worst receiver rooms in football with Trey Tucker, Jack Beck, Dante Thornton leading your room, right? And I know people are going to say there's definitely some potential in here for some of these young cats to get better, but and then Thornton, he's running a 4.4 at 6'5", but the dude is absolutely miserable in contested catches. He had the lowest contested catch rate in the NFL for players with 8 or more contested catches, and he can't get open to save his life. So he's pretty much a straight line route runner, and that's about it. So you can say there's potential, but this receiver room doesn't keep up a single defensive coordinator at night. Even if they take a little bit of a next step, they are still so far away and not even close enough to being good enough yet to where you're like, yeah, we don't need to make any major moves to help out our now rookie quarterback and first-year head coach to improve this wide receiver room. You got to go make a splash there. If it's Alec Pierce, if it's using a first-round pick on it or your second pick or just double dipping in like round 2 or 3 or whatever, right? If maybe you go get Surratt or Cooper from Indiana, you give them to Mendoza, make it because those guys are ballers. And if you pair him with Mendoza, that could be fun because those dudes both got really awesome upsides. So not even that Surratt and Cooper aren't enough. You got to get something better than that.
Shit ain't gonna work in the NFL either. Too that little back shoulder shit ain't gonna work. I wouldn't get neither one of them. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's like a familiarity thing with and be a wide receiver 3 or 4. I mean, shoot. But yeah, you got to go make a big move. Alec Pierce, we talked about last episode. If Alec Pierce is your big move, I definitely see the upside, but like we're not talking about a franchise changer with the 20 million plus you're going to have to give him. Do you want to give him insane money? I want to give him money. Yeah. I don't know how much I want to give him yet because he's not going to be some world-changing wide receiver 1 at this point. And so, yeah, I think you got to go make a big dent at receiver, though. Do something big. Get Mendoza and Kubiak set up for big-time success. Build around Genty. Build around Bowers. Those are great pieces. But, like, if you want to make Bowers better, let's go get a big receiver to draw some attention off of him. All right, what about moving over to the Kansas City Chiefs? We could talk running back, receiver, Kelsey replacement. What do you got here?
So I'll say 2 years from now because we know Patrick's probably going to be gone all next year. So I don't want to just say quarterback because, I mean, they're going to need a decent backup for next year. But got to get a running back. I mean, now that you bring an EB back, you're going to need a better running back room. Just because the Chiefs just got away from running the football like they should. And, I mean, Pacheco had a good year when EB was there. It's just kind of – he's just lost his sauce. So I think they need to go out there and get a running back. I'm not big on replacing Travis Kelce at tight end because I just think with Patrick Mahomes, he can make anybody. I just and once again, this is another weird hot take. I don't think Travis Kelce is as good as I think he's more Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. He's just slow. I never thought he was just like this game changer. That's just me. But definitely running back. They need another receiver because Rice is a fucking dickhead. So they need to get him out. I mean, they just need to get him off the team. He clearly
they're never gonna do that. They don't care. It's the NFL. You can kill a person, you'll be fine. Just don't smoke weed.
But he beat
don't smoke dope.
If it's true that he was beating on his girl after or even before the car crash, she's just a bad seed. Get him out. Get him out of there. I think they need another receiver because I just can't deal with a guy that beat on women and do hits and runs. So I want him cut for real. I want him to get cut. So replace that. And they're going to need little bit of defense because, I mean, Chris Jones getting old. I love that linebacker though that they got. That rookie linebacker was he was I can't remember his name, but he was a dog. So I like him in the future. I like a good linebacker too, even though you just don't need them first, second picks. But I'm going running back and a receiver because we need to get Rice up out of there.
I'm right there with you. You got to get right at running back here. It's time to figure out this position and stop messing around. Pacheco hasn't been it for a little while now. Kareem Hunt certainly ain't it at this point of his career. I mean, and we all know Pacheco's running out there with brick feet, just stomping on the ground, angry running. But he's angry running, but at the same point, he's embarrassingly bad at tackles avoided. And I think he was actually off the charts in a league of his own type bad in tackles tackles avoided play rate in the NFL, like below 10%, where even the bad running backs are above 10%. So he's just been unable to create plays himself. He's just not a playmaker. Kareem Hunt, just like, you got to fix this. The Chiefs offense looked bad and like buns before Mahomes went out. They don't have a run game. They don't have a difference maker back there. Everyone knows, like, all right, we're just going to like, let's try to stop Mahomes. Kelsey's old. The receivers are mid. Like, that offense wasn't working. And when you don't got a run game, it only makes it harder to work. So like you said about Bieniemy, I love him coming back. Obviously, you saw how good Chicago's run game was with Bieniemy as the running backs coach. Kyle Monunga just looks like a stud as a 7th round draft pick. I think he was seventh or sixth. One of two. Seventh. And Bieniemy's a great coach. So to get him back as the OC, help that run back room out. Go draft a running back early, 2nd round, 3rd round, like a Mike Washington. Maybe you get that the Price from Notre Dame, that backup who, we're talking about him way earlier in the draft this year if he's not running behind Love, the best running back in the nation. Yeah. So there's a couple like 3rd round running backs that I would invest in that could start on the Chiefs week 1, but they cannot roll in the next season with Pacheco leading that backfield. And if I'm them, I'm not allocating big money at running back. I would go draft a guy. You can just, hey, running back's a short shelf life in the NFL. Go get a young cat and run them knees into the dust to maximize the rest of this Mahomes era that you got there. All right. Over to the Denver Broncos, the almost in the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham, Denver Broncos. You can go like tight end, linebacker, receiver here. Who are you thinking for the Broncos to prioritize this offseason?
I think they set on defense. I thought that was a championship defense from top to bottom. I mean, I know they don't have the star at linebacker, but I just think everywhere else around they do pretty well. They got to go get another receiver. I mean, Courtland Sutton to me is a number 2 all day, every day. I mean, I don't even think he's a 2 for real. But I think he's more Sean Payton. But they got to go get a stud receiver to help Bo Nix out. It couldn't hurt to have another lineman because, I mean, I think their running back room is going to be pretty good, I mean, for the future. So their running back room is going to be pretty good. But they got to get a number 1 at receiver because Courtland Sutton ain't it. Mims is the gadget guy. The other guy from Oregon is Bo Nix.
Franklin.
Bo Nix's stepbrother. But they need somebody out there, a big time guy. So I'm saying receiver to help Bo Nix out and maybe up front. You can never go wrong with just getting a stud lineman. You can just never go wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree. And look, I like the potential in the receiver room. Mims is a good piece. I like how Sean Payton uses him. Troy Franklin, I'm still bought into the upside there. Actually, there was just something that just came out. He finished the year at 185 pounds, and his goal is to start next season 195 and just be a physical force. His goal is 1,000-yard season. I could see it happening. I like the talent. I like the potential. I love how they get little Jordan Humphrey just randomly involved for big plays too. Like, again, is that the best you can do? No, but I agree. You can absolutely do some things at receiver. And I would try to move something this offseason while you still can, honestly, get something out of them. Because I don't think that market's going to exist too much longer, to be honest. But for me, I'm prioritizing tight end for them this offseason. I think adding a top flight tight end to that offense could really help open up the whole thing a lot more and add a new element to that offense that will only make Bo Nix and the other wide receivers look and play better, right? Evan Ingram comes in this season. He's 31, and there's a reason why this is his 3rd team in the league. He had a really, really disappointing first year in Denver as well. Among all tight ends, he had the 3rd most drops. He only had 1 touchdown. He was 35th in yards per catch. It was like 9.2 yards per catch. And then he was 26th in yards. He was a miserable tight end option for him. So, like I said, you have some young receivers that have talent. Are they like looking like they're going to be best of the best in the league? Not yet. And I don't think Mims is going to get there. I like the potential of Troy Franklin to maybe become like a really good wide receiver too, perhaps. Like, so to your point, they could probably afford to go get a guy they think can even be better. But I think they would all benefit from getting that dog at tight end, someone who can take away some safety attention, someone who could be a huge mismatch for linebackers. And like I said, it's fair, but I think the impact to the offense I think the offense stands to benefit more with a big impact tight end. Like, as a Packer fan, I'm thinking about it, like, haven't seen the Packers offense with and without Tucker Kraft in the same season, and then without Tucker Kraft before we drafted him, and then with it now. It's a whole world of difference when you got that super dog at tight end. And I know this is a good tight end class and some really talented players in it that I think the Broncos would be smart to take advantage of. Like, Adam Troutman's their backup. That ain't it either. So, Bo Nix, I like it. I think there's more damage that can be done with a big tight end upgrade because I think they're going to still try to ride Mims and Franklin and Lil Jordan Humphrey. And I don't think that's the best plan, like you said. I just think there's more damage to be done if you go with your stuff.
As a GM, I don't like little guy receivers. I'm just being honest. The odds
Mims is tiny, ain't he? Mims, a little guy.
Mims, Franklin, they're small guys. I get it. Tyreek Hill was good for a while, but he stayed injured because these little guys, they can't take the toll. JSN is not small, but he's not huge. But
he's 200 pounds though. He's dead for 6 foot.
I don't like them little guys. And that's what I'm saying. 6 foot is like the lowest I want to go, but I like big receivers, 6'2", 6'1", 6'3". I like those guys who can run, jump. So yeah, as a GM, I'm going for the big guys. Pause.
I like that. I like that. I mean, again, I think you move off Sutton, get whatever you can, even if it's a mid-round pick, and then go draft, second round, big body, physical, big receiver. I agree. Mims is small. Troy Franklin, again, he's trying to get up to 195. Like, he's still going to be small. Lil Jordan Humphrey, I think, has got some size, but, like, again, he has moments, but he's not, like, a number 1, not a number 2. So I agree. I kind of I think either way, they'd be smart to get both big time. All right. And then finally, over to the Chargers. I have a feeling this one's going to be relatively easy. Can we agree? Just O-line, interior O-line, guard, center. You got your tackles. What are you doing?
Yeah, see, when they lost their 2, so I kind of don't know what their line is without their 2 studs. I mean, because even inside guys are better when you have 2 studs. So I don't really know what their line is. But Keenan Allen's getting old. Johnston had a flash at the beginning of the year, kind of fizzled out. My guy, Keandre Lambert, shout out to him, a guy I coached in high school, but he's not ready yet. So I'm saying a receiver, and definitely somebody up front. And that's what I'm saying. I just know Jim want to run the football. So it's just, he's going to go trenches, offense and defense, because he wants to run. He wants to stop the run. So I'm kind of picking on what I know Jim going to go with. He's going to go with some more linemen to have more depth there. But I'm all offense, man. Give me another receiver.
Do you not like Trey Harris there? I think they just took him, and I think in the second round last year. I mean, he's a big dude. He definitely had moments, but like he was blocked because of like Keenan Allen, and they're trying to still ride out Quentin Johnson because they used the first on him. They can't just quit on him yet. He looked better. McConkey's obviously going to not get out of that lineup.
Yeah.
But like Trey Harris is like set up to be their next guy.
Trey Harris didn't do what McConkey did his first year where he jumps off the page. So Trey Harris, I mean, because everybody that goes to the NFL, you're pretty good. You can have a few, but I just didn't see what McConkey did for the offense his first year. So I'm like, I don't know.
There's also no Keenan Allen. Like McConkey slid as like the number 1 there because Johnson couldn't catch a
He's
cold.
Shifty though, but that guy, he's a route runner. I mean, he's
so
dependable. So so Harris just didn't jump off the screen for me, and I'm being biased about Keandre Lambert because I've been known
guy.
He's been a 12-year-old kid, so I'm biased on him.
That's
but
fair.
I'm okay with saying that. But yeah, Harris, I'm not sure on him yet. He just don't jump off the screen with me.
Yeah, I would like to see him with more opportunity. I would like to see what that looks like for sure. And I think they got the tight end with Gatson. They like him. So for me, I'm just saying go replace the interior O-line. And I know it doesn't sound like Zion Johnson is someone they're going to want to bring back. I saw a lot of Chargers fans saying Bradley Bozeman might be the worst center in franchise history. Mekhi Becton has like a great year. He finally looks like he's coming off a great year with the Eagles, comes over to the Chargers, gets the bag, and then sucks. So it sounds like they could save about $6 million to cut Bozeman, about $10 million to cut Becton, free up some cap space. Go just interior O-line heavy, because you cannot go into the playoffs for it's 2 straight years where the Chargers O-line has got murdered by injuries, and then we see how much it costs them. It doesn't help the narrative around Justin Herbert when your O-line is terrible and trash, and then Herbert looks like trash. He's got pressure in his face right away, so don't help your franchise quarterback, and the clock's ticking on Herbert at this point. You got to do everything you can. So just beef the hell up, even if you lose Khalil Mack on defense. Because he's getting old. You want to keep paying him. They're probably still going to invest some pieces in defense as well. Like, not as much. I would just use this draft to beef up my O-line, get another receiver, sure thing. You set it running back, and just make there no excuses why you cannot get 2 playoff wins at least next year with Herbert. You need that next year. One's not good enough next year with Herbert. You need 2 playoff wins with Herbert next year minimum, or it's just the toll's going to come due even quicker if they can't like make a substantial leap next year. We're getting into this at this point.
But I think Becton's going to be better with Slater coming back. So I'm telling you, playing guard because you got to think Becton played with Lane Johnson next to him, so he looked good because he had somebody he can trust on. I think he'll have a bounce back year when Slater comes back, because I mean Becton did play terrible though, but I mean I ain't mad at him. You get your money, and it's kind of like, all right, bro, I don't got to do this at a high level that much. I got my money. So
well, a lot of people were saying is I don't know if you saw this. The Eagles O-line coach pretty much just walked out the building and quit.
He that young guy. He probably like, nah, I can't work with this young guy. He ain't gonna know shit up front. Imagine him going to the Chargers now.
That's what I was about to say, man. Like, you keep Becton, you bring him in. Like, that's one of the what's considered. I'm blanking on his name, but I was reading a bunch of stuff, and he's considered like one of the best O-line coaches in the entire NFL at this point.
35 years in experience.
And guess who coached?
With being that.
Hell yeah! And guess who coached Mekhi Becton into like turning into a really good looking pro? It was him. And I love that idea. You bring him over to the Chargers, whatever, and just beef up the O-line. Let him. You already got your bookend tackles that are all pros. You could do a lot of damage. You bring him in. So I think maybe that's the move. Maybe that's the biggest need is obviously bring him over to LA.
For sure.
Alrighty, let's kick it over to the news. We got Joey on, and I know we're gonna get back into some Super Bowl stuff. And awards are officially announced for NFL awards, and so we're definitely gonna get into that. See if they got it right. If anyone got robbed, did we change anything? But Joey, let's get into the news to wrap up the show. What do we got first to kick things off?
All right, first we're talking about everyone's favorite topic, Super Bowl food. So before I get into the news desk part of it, quickly, what are your guys' go-tos on your couch for Super Bowl Sunday?
Ooh, wings and things. Yep. I'm gonna have all the flavors: buffalo, spicy, lemon pepper, honey, garlic,
mango habanero.
Yeah, and I like mine fried. I'm a drumstick guy. I'm not a flat. I'm a drumstick
guy.
And blue cheese. You put ranch on salad, not wings. Blue cheese.
I just can't eat blue cheese. I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
I can't do it. I just
cannot.
Good.
Oh man,
I cannot do it.
You eat ranch on wings?
Oh yeah, that's just maybe it's the Wisconsin in me. I don't know. I mean, you think blue cheese would make sense too, but I'm with you. I need a crispy drum. I do not mess around with wings. There's not enough meat on those bones, and there's too much to work around. So give me a good, crispy, fried drummy. I just actually had one the other day. A new one. Fantastic. But yeah, give me all the sauces. That's my go-to by far is the wings. I do like a nice pizza assortment though. If we can rack up like 5 good pizzas, it's easy. But man, if you get a really good wing, just nothing really hits like a really good wing. And it's super. I feel like it's a staple. I know Wingstop's going to be out here with like a $10 delivery fee on DoorDash and shit like that for the Super Bowl. It's going to be ridiculous. Joey, what do you got for yours though?
I'm team wing too. It's like the one.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Everything's like, hey, it's the holidays. What are you making? Like, okay, Super Bowl's a holiday, and the required food is wings.
Now, drummy or wing?
Or they call them flat or
flat. Sorry,
flat.
flat. And there is a right answer.
Well, I'm going to say flat, which is the wrong answer.
Man.
But
Why?
But I like
Please
my
tell
blue
me.
cheese, so.
Okay. But why flats? Every time someone says flats, I need to know why at least.
I don't know, because like I will eat a regular drumstick, like 'cause there's a lot of good meat on that. For some reason, the wing drumstick throws me off, where I like more meat on the wing flats. And we make ours here, so I can actually have an actual chicken wing that's meaty versus a cheapo one I'd buy at Wingstop.
Yeah. I've never, and my problem with
this
the two,
big at Wingstop,
right?
Yeah, my problem with those two with flats though too is the dunking process, because you don't eat the ends of those things, so you got to like tilt shit or like put it in there,
break
flat
it apart, and
it's too much. I'm a simple man. Let me eat my damn wing. Come on. All right. I like that we all agreed though. I'm actually shocked we all agreed on wings.
Yeah, I don't do pizza though. Pizza is like sex. Whether it's good or bad, it's like not far away. You just still gonna have it. I'm telling you, if you've ever thought about a girl and sex, whether it's good or bad, you're gonna have it. I think that's like pizza.
That's fair.
The worst pizza and the good pizza is the same.
I'm just a sucker for like a pizza with a lot of very crispy pepperonis and actually hot honey on it, or jalapenos. I'm a sucker for that. I don't know why. I just am. And if you put it in front of me, I'm gonna eat the whole damn thing without even thinking twice about it. Yeah, so if it's just a line of those,
that's the Wisconsin man in you.
No pork on my fork. So I can't do pepperonis.
That's fair. What about that, Joey?
I said that's the Wisconsin man in you.
Yeah.
Endless cheese pizza.
Endless cheese pizza.
So the news desk part of this is for those that aren't on their couch and are going to be at the game. Levi's has a whole new host of menu items for the big game Sunday. So I got 4 items for you, exclusive for the Super Bowl. I want to get your takes. First, the XL Hammer Burger. It is a full cheeseburger topped with a bone-in beef shank, blue cheese fondue on a brioche bun. That's a lot.
That's going for $35 at the stadium, probably. 35 minimum.
They got me with brioche, though. I love me a brioche bun. I wouldn't do the shank, but I would probably do short ribs on that burger with an egg in the middle, too. I like a fucking sloppy. I'm buying that burger. I don't care where. I'm buying it. I don't care what it costs. I'm buying it.
I think I'm sitting this one out. I don't think I'm buying this one. I think I'm sitting this one out. I'm prioritizing otherwhere. Okay, what's up next, though? It's on the bottom of my list right now.
Next up is a dessert item for you called the San Francisco Sticky Roll. It's a sourdough cinnamon bread roll with white chocolate cream and spun sugar.
That sounds like I'm getting that before I go home, though, for sure. I'm a sucker for a cinnamon roll, too. I mean, come on. It's going to be nice and warm, too.
Sourdough, another thing. They know what to do with the bread part.
Right?
Sourdough fucking dessert treat is the best. Oh.
Yeah, I'm buying that. You can charge me $30 for that when I'm signing up.
Excellent. All right, the next 2 are drinks before we get to like a whole host of food, but the 2 other exclusive ones are drinks. So first, the Fog City Frozen Irish Coffee. Ooh. Irish whiskey, vanilla bean ice cream, cold brew, topped with an ice cream sandwich.
Give me 20. Give me 30.
I'm
getting diabetes off of those alone. Sign me up.
I hate sweet drinks. I can't do the Irish coffee drinks. No.
I'm a sucker for whiskey. I'm a sucker for coffee. I'm a sucker for ice cream. That whole thing, I'm a sucker for. And I got sweet tooth. And then I'm a coffee addict, cold brew specifically. And I love my whiskey. So,
Whiskey guy, huh? Whiskey.
I would spend a small fortune on a few of those if I had to. Yeah. Yep.
All right. And the last big item is the Chinatown Fortune Cookie Martini. So it's vodka, Irish cream, cold brew, and then the cups are rimmed with crumbles of chocolate-covered fortune cookies.
Though the chocolate-covered fortune cookie sounds good, that I could just eat that by itself.
I was going to say, can you kind of
just give me that by itself? I don't even need a message on the inside. Just crumble that up and give it to me. I just can't do that. I can't do that Irish cream shit. I don't like sweet drinks and with vodka. Ugh, I hate vodka.
Yep, I ain't in a vodka. Again, they tried to rope me in with cold brew, but I'm just gonna go up to the counter and ask for that chocolate dip fortune cookie and be on my way.
As you should.
I agree.
And then outside of that, because it's San Francisco, there's some normal items and some new items, but they're planning to prepare for serving 10,000 hot dogs, 8,000 margaritas, 5,000 custom fortune cookies. So there you go. You can get one on its own.
Yep.
4,000 Hog Island oysters.
What?
I don't know if I trust that in the stadium.
Nope.
2,000 pounds of prime beef, 1,500 pounds of crab, and 1,000 loaded foot-long hot dogs.
What? Hell of a menu,
right? I'm like, they're not having Dungeness crab at Lambeau, right?
No, no oysters though from me. I ain't getting no oysters in a stadium. I'm not getting oysters in general, but I don't know what I mean. I love a good stadium dog too. Oh, some secret sauce on there. I'm a big brat guy though, and I'm not seeing brats on this, and that's my problem. I do love a good baseball hot dog, but I love a bratwurst at a stadium.
I'm an oyster guy though. Hey, you're not gonna need that blue chew with a couple of them oysters. You and your girlfriend going. Listen, I'm 43. I trust me. It's tried and true with your boy here. I
keeps them in the fridge.
Come on, little hot sauce, little vinegar. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, youngins, shit to do now.
Okay, man. I mean, I don't know. I just can't do the texture on those MFs. I don't care how hopped up on it you're gonna get me with them. It's hard to get them down sometimes, but
yeah, I'm an oyster guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love them.
That's fair. All right. I mean, Joe, you got a favorite from that menu? What's the one thing you're spending a fortune on off of that premium menu? If you had to get one, I'm taking that fucking ice cream cookie thing.
Yeah, I'll go with the sourdough cinnamon roll. They know how to do their sourdough out there. The burger intimidates me.
Can't have a bone in a burger. I'm sorry.
No. And
how do you do that?
I don't know. And if you guys have been to San Francisco Giants games, their big thing is like garlic crab like fries and stuff. So whatever the crab component or garlic fry component that Levi's does, I'll go for.
I'd swim in that. Yup. I mean, Seattle's big at their stadium for baseball games. Their garlic fries are big. It reeks of garlic fries when you walk around the atriums. It reeks of it. Yeah, I'll swim in that. All right, what do we got up next?
All right, back to the sport itself of football. Like you said, the awards have come out for the recognitions for the whole year. So I'll run through them, and then I know you guys will debate if they got them right or wrong. So first up, Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
People are going to be saying Puka got robbed, and I don't know. I don't say to me, I get what you're like saying, like because of the season he had, but like we're talking about Puka had 10 more catches than JSN. JSN had 80 more yards, had the same amount of touchdowns. They were both first team All Pros, and so in that sense, like stat wise, like we're splitting hairs once we really start getting into it because JSN also was like tops above Puka and like EPA as well. If we want to start getting into the nitty gritty, it's back and forth. So I can't say either of them would have got robbed. Where I will be is, though, take Puka off of the Rams offense versus take JSN off the Seahawks offense. Rams still got Devontae Adams putting up mad numbers at his age, and they're doing even more with their tight ends. You take JSN off the Seahawks, and you got Cooper Kupp and Jake Bobo, and then eventually Rashid Shaheed. I think it's night and day the difference without each player to where that's where I'm like, all right, yeah, I would also lean JSN on this one as well. Iman, you think they got this one right? Or
yeah, I mean, because you got to think about it. Puka gets top 10 arm of all time. Let's be clear, and he has one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yep.
JSN has Sam Darnold, and I know he's playing in the Super Bowl, but let's be clear, his history isn't the greatest, and you know he does have Clint Kubiak, so I get he schemed him open, but I'm going JSN. Over Puka all day, any day, anyway. So, yeah, I think that one's pretty good.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is CMC got more Offensive Player of the Year votes than Puka. Now, that one you could say is kind of crazy, but also CMC just missed 1,000 season. He had 17 touchdowns. And was there, I mean, maybe we can get in this one. Did he win an award, Joey? Did he get Comeback Player of the Year, CMC?
He did. Christian McCaffrey, Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah. That one's obvious. I mean, maybe I'm not thinking of a guy or two, but you come back, you somehow CMC's the only healthy 49er all season, carrying that team through 2 quarterbacks, through no receivers, through no Kittle, through a JV defense. It's CMC the constant. Like I said, 17 touchdowns, like 2,000 all-purpose yards again. Like Ty Ladany and Tomlinson again is like the only guys to do it multiple times. Just missed 1,000 year. Like it's reasonable he got like offensive player of the year like votes. So see, this one makes sense for me. Am I missing anyone? Is there someone else who could have even got that? I don't even know who else would be
I would
eligible.
think overall year, not stats. I would say Bryce Young getting his team in the playoffs probably could have been the comeback player of the year.
Improved, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say Bryce Young, but I think they got that one right too.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, sorry, we can get back into it. You were just
you're
on the topic.
Defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett.
What do you think about that one, Imam?
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I think these awards at the end of the year should be winner awards. I don't think losers should ever get them. And if anybody can name me an MVP who was a loser, then I'll go back on my take. But Myles Garrett plays losing football. And granted, I get it. He broke the sack record. It probably would have been just blasphemy not to give it to him. But he's on a terrible team. He's going to get stats when you're playing losing football. You're not playing winning football. You can kind of do your own thing. And let's be clear, the sack he got was, they gave it to him. So
not like Favre, though. Not like the Favre one with Strahan.
No, it wasn't like Favre, but I don't think losers should get awards at the end of the year. I never, because once again, go down the list of all the other awards. I bet you they're on playoff teams or winning teams. Losers only.
Who do you take?
Patrick Surtain. I still think he's the best defensive player in the NFL. His stats wasn't gaudy this year because he's a guy that you're just not going to throw at. But if you watch the game and you open your eyes, he's going to take their best receiver away from the slot outside. He's going to move around. He allows that defense to do it because Moss ain't that good on the other side, but they allow that defense to do a lot more. And he's another pick. That's why I left the Cowboys, because he was somebody we should have fucking had, but they didn't get him. But Patrick Surtain, until he's maybe 35, is going to be the best defensive player in the NFL, which I think Nick Umenyori in a few years is going to be that guy. I mess his name up every time. Excuse me, brother, but Patrick Surtain, clearly.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying, but again, when we're talking about the now sack record, even though I'm sure we all saw the video of Jared Allen, Vikings guy, he should have got it. He should actually be holding it. They actually took away what should be the NFL record still. But so since that's unofficial now, Myles Garrett having the sack record, like at that point, it's almost like a default. They're going to give it to him. And no matter how you cut the cookie, like the guy's still an alien, and he does things as a pass rusher that no one else in the NFL does, especially at his size and his athleticism. Like, he's a one-of-one player. Parsons is right there with him too, but if there's a differentiator, it's the fact that Myles Garrett is a freaking specimen-sized, even better athlete. And I agree on the sense of like Surtain, like he's a Deion Sanders factor. Deion did not have gaudy numbers because quarterbacks knew better than to throw to his side of the field. It was that simple. Because if you did, the end result was always the same. The other team had the ball, or it just like was an incomplete pass. It was a waste of a down. And right now in the NFL, I would say cornerback outside of quarterback, I would say cornerback is probably the toughest position to play in the NFL right now. And if you are the number one cornerback in the NFL right now, I know he just won Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he's still number one. I see the argument why, even without the stats, you would run it back with him again, given the importance of the position, and he's the best at it. But I mean, I also get Myles Garrett. I get it. I'm not even trying to fight it too much.
Yeah, and I just hate it because last year Joe Burrow could have won MVP, but everybody said, oh, they didn't win it. They didn't even make the playoffs. His numbers were way better last year, and he didn't win because they said, oh, well, he didn't win the title because they said, oh, they didn't even make the playoffs. So,
I mean, I get it for MVP. I mean, but I feel like
no player of the year should be a loser.
I mean, then you got to take away TJ Watt's Defensive Player of the Year because they ain't never won anything.
But he also hasn't had.
I guess they've been better than the Browns. They've been better than the Browns. Yeah, I get.
Never been under 500. I mean, they made the playoff last year too. Let's be clear, they made the playoff with Russell Wilson.
I get it. So you just want them to be a winning record, essentially.
Just get in the playoffs.
Okay, that's fair. All right, what's some other awards?
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ted McMillan, Panthers. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schlesinger, Browns.
Yeah,
I think can agree with that too.
Yeah, I mean, Tet was always going to be the media's Rookie of the Year. Tyler Shuck is always going to be the people's Rookie of the Year on offense, I think, for the most part. But yeah, you can't blame anyone. I mean, Bryce Young ain't no superstar quarterback. He's ascending, but Tet, 70 catches, over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Like, that's a Rookie of the Year season any given year. And then Schlesinger, man, green dot rookie on the middle linebacker, a college walk-on to Rookie of the Year is a crazy season. He had 156 tackles, 11 TFLs, 2 picks, a ton of pressures on the quarterback for an off ball, a lot of pass deflections, and was elite. Almost had 900 snaps, and the dude barely missed tackles. Just already an elite. What a home run mid-round pick that ended up being for the Browns is with Schlesinger. They got themselves a perennial all-pro there. And I can't fight.
And the thing I like with Tex too is because coming in the season, people were talking like they didn't know if he really loved ball because that's right. Thing in his interviews, he was kind of nonchalant about it. So everybody was like, "Oh, that might just be a reach on the pick because he doesn't love ball." And some people just can do it though. So I like that he's won that award and showed, hey man, I'm not so into it like y'all want me to be, but I can ball, baby.
Mm-hmm. All right, what do we got next?
Protector of the Year, the inaugural Protector of the Year award for offensive lineman, Joe Thuney, Bears.
I mean, I'll give it to him. Say what you will about PFF grades. You don't got to love him. The guy allowed 0 sacks this year, so we can kind of start there. He played freaking all season. He had almost 700 pass blocking snaps, allowed 0 sacks. It's going to be really hard to find an argument. I mean, if you want to use PFF, I guess he had the highest pass blocking grade amongst all interior offensive linemen. If you want to go by that, they're all just
like the Vikings former GM. That's how we graded players.
yeah. And it didn't work out. But look, again, 1,100 total snaps. The guy was just an absolute warrior. I know there's really good offensive linemen out there, but
and that running game was the shit over there. So I mean, let's be
right
clear.
Up his butt.
That was flagrant right there. Woo.
Yeah.
And that's but I mean, so I'm with that one. Once again, he played winning football. They played winning football in Chicago. So I'm with it. I'm with it there.
Yeah, from my perspective as a fan, he was life-changing for this offense. Everyone screams about right tackle, left tackle as most important. Him at left guard, absolute game changer for this offense. And then had to play left tackle in the playoff game against the Rams, but just knew how to get this line working and rolling and change the running game, like you said, for unbelievable year.
Big reason why Caleb had a ton of time to throw. He has one of the best average time to pressures from amongst the offensive linemen. So just a dog. All right, what else?
All right, the big ones. Last two. Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel.
Iman, you like it?
Yes, he deserves it. He deserves it. I want on break. I want the people to hear who you said should have won, and then I'm gonna say something after that.
Okay, I think there's fair enough argument that Shanahan or McDonald were better candidates, and again, I'll tell you why. And I'm not taking this away from Vrabel. I love the story. I love what he did. I think he's definitely deserving. Sure thing. That said, NFL's the NFL. I know it's tough. Every team's good. But you can't take away the schedule was cupcake comparatively to other guys, especially when we're talking about two incredible coaches with playoff teams with 12-plus wins in the NFC West, the best division we've ever seen in football. And from the 49ers perspective, sure, maybe you give more credit to Saleh about the defense being all JV out there. Fair, get that. Offensively, you had next to no Kittle. Your entire receiver room was trash and injured all year. You had half your games with 2 different quarterbacks between Purdy and Mac Jones, and you only had CMC to rely on. The offensive line was not like a bruiser either way, but they, again, toughest division in football, won 12 games, won a playoff game against the reigning Super Bowl champions, mind you. And I just think in that sense, and then McDonald, again, tougher schedule in the NFC West, best division, best defense in football that he coached, right? They're both defensive guys. Who had the better defense? It was McDonald, and it wasn't even close. And does he have more talent? 100%. But also, like, the Seahawks story, I mean, I don't know. Maybe McDonald and Vrabel are really closer to neck and neck. And they're both in the Super Bowl, so totally fair. But man, Shanahan, go ahead, bash Shanahan.
He's just the fucking. All I'm just telling you, y'all know. I hate losers, and I hate how the world glazes them. He's had the best rosters for years. He's never won anything.
We're talking about this year.
He had arguably. Let's be clear. Can you find 5 better running backs than CMC in the history of the NFL? No. He had arguably one of the greatest running backs in history. His backup quarterback was a Pro Bowler. Let's be clear. He's a Pro Bowler. His backup quarterback was a Pro Bowler. He had
this year. He was.
Hold on. Listen, he's not the Shador Pro Bowler. Let's be clear. He made the Pro Bowl legitimately when he was in New England. He was a Pro Bowler. He's a guy that's going to make a lot of money. Once again, coming in this year, Kyle Shanahan had one of the best rosters. He's always had one of the best rosters and can't win anything. I just think Kyle Shanahan gets all this credit like he's a winner, and he's been a loser like his dad was for years until John Elway got old and they got TD. But
I get it. But like, we're talking about this year. Sure, if you want to use the argument CMC is a top 5 running back, I could go find you 30 better receiver rooms. I could go find you half the league has a better quarterback. I mean, maybe 10 better quarterbacks in the league. I could go find you a bunch of better offensive line performances from this year. I mean, the amount of injuries they have should be impossible to overcome. And you can't just sit me there and tell me Mac Jones was the reason that their offense did well more than Shanahan and his scheme in the system was and what they still do. Because at the end of the day, CMC still had 100 catches. Both these quarterbacks were just dumping it off to the running back all damn season. It's not like they were out there making superstar deep passes. And does Shanahan suck in the fourth quarter and needing to come back? 100%. But like, I can't sit back and see what that team was this season and then what they did.
They have one of the greatest offensive players in our era. Listen,
that's one player though.
Listen, and you know, like I know, Randy Moss changes franchises. They didn't win a lot, but having them, you rather have them than not have them. And you could go on a bunch of these teams. You rather have that generational talent than not having them. And for a stretch, people would have picked Mac Jones over any quarterback. Did y'all talk about? People were talking about Mac Jones keeping the starting spot when Brock Purdy came back because he was playing so well. So
Purdy was doing pretty bad too. I mean, but again, with your CMC thing, then Vrabel, you could just say he had the second best player in the NFL. He had the guy who got the second most MVP votes. Then, if we want to play again, if we just want to play that tit for tat with it, like who had all the injuries, who had the tougher schedule, who still won a playoff game. It's not like they were a loser this season. I don't care about past seasons. And like, I know the Patriots aren't loaded with weapons at receiver, but I would take the Patriots receivers a million times over the 49ers.
If we had a fantasy draft, you would not pick nobody on the Patriots Seahawks team before you pick CMC. I can promise you that.
I'll take JSN before CMC.
Shit, come on. All right.
That's it, though. That's it, though. You can't say that's ridiculous.
Cap, a bunch of caps. He's capping. No
you
way.
Can't say that's ridiculous.
JSN had one good CMC is a career life changer.
We're talking about this year, though.
I mean, listen.
If I had to start this year.
If we started this year and you put CMC in the draft and JSN, CMC is going to go 99 out of 100, and you would be the only stat guy that would choose JSN. I'm telling you.
I would have looked pretty damn good, too. He won Offensive Player of the Year, I think. I mean, I've always not drafted CMC in fantasy once the injury started too, and it's definitely cost me. So, maybe it would have been right to pick him sometimes. Yeah, you're right. And I'm not bashing CMC by any stretch either. I mean, he's incredible, and he had a freaking amazing season. He deserved all Offensive Player of the Year votes, 100%. But like, I don't know, man. Vrabel's 2-time Coach of the Year now. I love what he's doing. I love where they're at. They've definitely no one saw them coming here, especially Fanatics, and that's why their apparel apparently sucks. But like Shanahan, man, I can't think of a better coaching job to get that team where it got to with what it had in the division that they played in against McVay and McDonald. Are you kidding me? I don't know. All right. Speaking of McVay, we got one more.
MVP.
Who is
Matthew Stafford?
Hey,
is your MVP.
Canton, get him in. Canton. Hey, I love it, man. Emo, we both said it, right? We both picked him. Yeah.
And for years, it's crazy how he got so much flack for years, man. And I don't see what everybody else don't see. I mean, we're talking about the Seattle defense that he diced and sliced up like they were butter with a hot knife. So, I mean, and he's doing it at his age, still just elite. We've been saying 17. I think it's well deserving. I mean, and I see him coming next year doing the exact same thing. He played at an elite level. We've been saying it all year. We said it last time. Matt Stafford deserved it. And like I said, I don't know why he gets so much flack. A lot of people gives him flack, but I think he's top 10 greatest arm ever.
And those are the people who looked at Detroit's record and just like, Stafford, he was a part of those bad teams. He ain't it. Then you didn't watch those games, folk. But yeah, year 17 gets his first MVP. Really, the final stamp for his Canton trip. But now that I've seen Bill Belichick not be a first ballot, anything's possible. But apparently, this was the closest race since Manning and McNair tied as co-winners and co-MVPs in 2003 between him and Drake May. I mean, it's reasonable. Like, I see the argument for Drake May 100% as well. But again, Stafford first in passing yards with over 4,700. He had the 46 touchdowns. Also led the league. Only 8 picks. Again, say what you will about PFF, highest graded PFF quarterback. They're all graded the same. It's not legitimate, but it is what it is. He had the most big time throws. The guy and he had this streak of how many touchdowns without a pick? It was mid-20s, set the new NFL record. So he was just surgical this season. Surgical. And did he have Hall of Fame tier weapons and Hall of Fame coaching around him more than May did? Yes, absolutely. But again, I go back, look at the division he's playing in. Best division in football, 2 of the best teams in football. He has to play twice a year. And he had put 470 yards up against the Seahawks, number 1 defense in football. 470 yards. He's almost got 1,000 passing yards in 2 games against the Seahawks. 2! And he's played them 3 times. So, I mean, congrats to Stafford. I'm really happy to see it because I'm sick of this whole anyone trying to say he ain't a Hall of Famer, and this is going to put that stamp on it. Stamp on it. But all right, that's another episode of Chalk Talk Social. I hope you guys all got your wings ready for the Super Bowl. Make sure you get drummies, not Joey's or flats. We don't condone that on this podcast. Sorry, Joey. We are a drummies podcast only. Go out, get your favorite wings. I need to find me that ice cream sandwich from Levi's Stadium and order me about 50 of those on the road. Have fun watching the Super Bowl. Let's pray we got some good Super Bowl commercials, and we will recap it all next week. See you then.
Peace out.